giggles, and we got a great guest on today. We got DeAnna Lorraine, who's one of my favorite dating experts in the entire world. We got John Keegan, and we got myself, David Wygant, on the 10-minute daily reality check. And today, this is a major reality check for men and women. Listen up. We are on your side. Hey, men, don't get angry, okay? We all coach you, and this is something we tell you over and over and over again, to keep those crazy, warped thoughts out of your mindset. DeAnna, listen to this one, okay? And I know you've had this 1,000 times. How many times have men been emailing you going, God, it's like, how do I own her? How, when I meet her on the street, I get her to think sexual thoughts about me right away? How do I get her to want me and be in a relationship with me and know that she's with a man? And how do I get her to give herself sexually? And how do I touch her when I just meet her for the very, very first time? And what do women think about that?
They think it's disgusting, and we get it. We see the agenda. I mean, you're like a little 12-year-old prepubescent boy who's seen porn for the first time. It's ridiculous. Act like a man. There's no that time frame. That they think that they're under the clock, and they read all these books and guides and pickup artist stuff, and they think that they have to do that. They have to, create the sexual chemistry within the first minute, or else they're going to be falling in the friend zone. But then they end up doing it in such a creepy way. They don't know how to do it right.
You know what they feel? They don't go into the friend zone. They go into the molest zone, or they go into right. They go into the prison zone. All right, so as a woman, from a woman's perspective and a woman's point of view, look, we know, and John and I know, it's about building warmth and building attraction and making you feel safe and all the other things. So
connection, comfort.
Yeah, so go through, let's go through, maybe because you don't know John at all, okay? John hit on DeAnna. Hit on her, man. She's cute. She's fucking hot. Yeah, show these guys how to do this on a street so it's not creepy.
Yeah, you look so sexy in this white iPhone case. Yeah, so, no, I don't know if I can hit on you through the phone, but you do have a really lovely voice, I must say.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, so, no, but I agree 100% that a lot of guys come with these false ideas about women, and a lot of guys literally see women as a separate species. They feel so, because they don't have any, believe it or not, a lot of well-to-do, successful guys have very little contact with women in their life. They don't have women friends.
Right.
They maybe they weren't very.
They're isolated.
They're isolated. So women become this foreign thing, and then they know deep down they need to connect with them for love and sex and all the things we want with each other. And then they go and they turn to the internet, and then there's a whole world of creepy guys teaching them how to be creepy. I mean, and some of them are really popular, and they're making lots of money at it, and they're even spreading some of these thoughts. And then the guy a guy who had a simple desire to meet a woman, to have a girlfriend, to have sex, now all of a sudden it becomes this whole warped thing with these crazy mantras and how do I show my sexual intent the first second I walk up. So they end up overcompensating, and they go, and the whole thing leads them right back into their head, which is the whole problem in the first place. They're not natural because they're always in their head. So then they start thinking thoughts. They walk up to you and they think a thought like, I want to display my sexual intent to her. And the whole time he's not listening to you. You're not there. He's just trying to give you Superman eyes and give you X-ray sexual intent or something.
More like pedophile eyes.
Yeah, pedophile eyes is true, right? And a regular guy all of a sudden becomes a freak.
So question, okay? So being a woman, okay, I want you to really describe what you feel like when a man comes over to you with predator eyes compared to a man who comes over who's being authentic and real. Because we know in this industry, we know the predators that are selling their programs. It should really be called the predator approach, And it's like the Wizard of Oz.
Predator.com.
Yeah, it's predator.com. It's usually a Wizard of Oz person. It's usually a sales letter or a VSL where you never see the actual expert. It's a made-up name, some superhero name like Tim.
True.
Thomas.
True. He's probably 5'3", like a troll, hiding behind a computer.
Exactly. So how do you want to feel? Tell us what when a man comes over and talks to you authentically compared to a man who comes over with predator eyes.
Well, it sounds cliche, but women do really want to feel like non-objectified. So when we feel like and we can tell the difference, we can feel the difference, but when you come over and talk to us and we can feel that you're actually into us and, you're going to say things and the way that you're going to act is very present. You're going to ask us a question like, so what do you do for fun? And we're going to tell you the answer. And when we tell you the answer, you're actually going to listen and dig deeper. You're actually going to care about our answers, and you're going to look at us in ways that it's almost like you want to feel the depth of our heart. I know it sounds corny, but it's like you want to get to know the layers of us. And we feel that you're authentically discovering us, and we feel comfortable with you and kind of out of our head. Whereas a guy who's just kind of creepy and throwing creepy stuff at us and just wanting to skip to the sex zone, we can feel that too. And it feels like everything we say, you're just like going to the next question just to fill up airspace, just to get to the phone number or to try to get in our pants. And we can feel like, wait, we just told you a couple things that were kind of like gold mines to talk about, and you just skip right over it. He's in his head the whole time, and just kind of looking at us up and down like a piece of meat, but not a sexy piece of meat. Like, okay, this is cute, this is cool that he's looking at us like that. It's like, predatorial. It just feels creepy. It's a creepy feeling, and it makes us want to get away from you.
So you said something that was interesting, that creepy feeling that makes you want to get away, making you feel like a piece of meat. But I love that, like seeing your heart is something that I think a lot of guys don't understand. I think they don't understand that.
They don't get it.
No, they don't get that. Women start from the heart, and it's almost like these guys come over and fart. Like all these ridiculous fucking weird sayings. And that's the only way you can rhyme it.
Guys don't get it. Unlock a woman's heart, stimulate her mind, then you get her body. Okay? It's that easy. Unlock her heart, stimulate her mind, connect with her, then you get her body. Guys want to just skip over all of that and go right to her body and own her vagina. And no, wait a second. That doesn't work like that for women. It works for guys maybe, but not for women. Women really need, and again, it might sound corny, and this is not to come across corny, it's just accurate, and I know it works. Women need to feel like you are actually interested in knowing what our heart is, what is in our heart, what makes us us, what are our passions, how do we think, how do we answer questions in ways that are unique to just us. And you're not going to find that just by asking these very late surface questions like, how many siblings do you have, and so what are your hobbies, and then you skip right over the actual answers.
It's like, it is. It's like John and I have made fun of it, and we've talked like guys that do this. It's like it's like they talk to an alien. It's like they're not even talking to a human being.
A human being.
And that's the thing, is that we are human beings having human experiences. We're beings, which means that we have an opportunity to be around each other and see how we both feel. And I think the anxiety of men comes down to all these guys trying to be alpha, when most guys are not even alpha. It's like they don't even realize that not every woman wants an alpha guy. They're not looking for James Bond, and these guys think they need to be something they're not.
And they actually forget that there is a heart and a soul and a mind in there, and they treat women like a robot because they think, oh, if I just do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to fire off her attraction switch. And if I do this X, Y, and Z, I fire off her seduction switch. I'm like, excuse me, we're not a robot. But the funny thing is, they end up doing a lot more work for themselves because they have to think about all these things and these like strategies when they're forgetting. If I just access her heart and talk about those kinds of things and connect with her, I don't have to think that much from scratch. It just happens more organically.
What are some things you would say would be a good way to access a woman's heart?
Ask her questions that you genuinely want to know about. If you genuinely want to know about like things that make her, that make you feel like, is she my ideal woman? Is she a woman that I would want to talk to longer than this? Then that's going to require a little more deeper questions, and also having more fun with her, like, questions that stimulate her more and that are more engaging for both of you, rather than just like, so you come here often.
So genuinely
you're not going to find out much about a girl from that.
Right. So genuinely be curious about who she is and, what she's passionate about or what makes her happy or, whatever those little things are. But how can he do it? Now, this is a good question because a lot of guys get stuck in the 20 question mode,
Oh, Larry King.
Yeah, Larry King, the girl with that.
Yeah,
So what are you passionate about? What makes you tick? So
they're just like listing questions but not listening to the answers. They're glossing over them.
Right. So it goes back.
Well, it's about sharing.
Yeah.
It's about mutual sharing. It's not an interview. It's sharing. So with one question, guys also spend way too short of time on each question. Girls, the way that that women communicate that's different than men is that women communicate in details. We can talk for hours about one topic between each other, whereas men just talk about the bare basics. Did you have fun last night? Yes. Did you bang her? Yes. That's it. They have one question.
Do you want to eat food? Yes. Do you want to go to the zoo and masturbate? Yes.
How was your night? Cool.
Yeah,
so guys need to communicate a little bit more like women, not like a gay guy, but they need to expand more on the details.
But
so
wait,
if you ask the girl what her hobbies are,
in our defense, when you ask the question, "Did you bang her?" we usually do spend an hour on that one. That one. We usually go. We do go into depth on that one.
Yeah, she came 2.7 times. Men are orgasm counters. She came 14 times. How do you know? I don't. I just counted moans. It's like men are warped. Men really have warped thoughts when it comes down to women. Anyway, we're almost out of time. Give us your final tip and tell all the people in this world that are looking for a new sense of reality where they can find you.
Sure. I'll give you a very quick message I got the other day on an online dating site. The guy literally said within 2 seconds, he's like, "Want to have fun tonight? Want to come over?" And that's it. There was no rapport built, no connection, anything like that. So I saved that as a screenshot to share with my friends, of course. But it's things like that you've got to gain rapport first, and you've got to also be flirty, but not creepy. There's a total difference between flirtatious and predatorial creepy. So that's what you want to be. For those guys who want to learn how to be flirty and not creepy and actually unlock her heart and access her mind to access her body, you should join my Authentic Attraction Club. That's a new membership club, a mastermind club that is virtual. You can do it out of the comfort of your own home. And I'd recommend you sign up for it. Go to my website at DeAnnaLorraine.com. That is DeAnnaLorraine.com, and I will hook you up.
DeAnna, always a pleasure.
Nice to meet you, DeAnna.
Pleasure.
And for
anytime, you guys.
And for the rest of you, 10-minute daily reality check every single day except Sundays, because we believe Sunday is a day of predatory rest. So every day you need to go and you need to listen. Share on iTunes, share wherever you want to share, because sharing is caring, as she just told you. It's all about sharing. So if you want your friends to go out and meet women with you, you do not want the predatory creep. And for you women that are out there, damn, pass this to all the single men that you know, because it's really important that men start understanding women. John, what's the last one?
Well, come on back tomorrow for self-help that doesn't suck.